everybody! So welcome to Innocent Girl Playthrough Part 2, or Episode 2. So I'm going to continue with where we are. So we're at the Kurizaki Art Academy, and this is what it looks like. And it was referenced in Prino Party when you started the second house. So a brief recap of what happened in episode 1, or the pilot episode. We just got off the train. We are picked up by our adopted sister, Hinako, who was so excited that she accidentally bursted into song. And we learned that they've been apart for at least 3 years, and they've only been communicating through email and the sort. But because of the main character's sudden transfer, he now has to go to the same school with his adopted sister Hinako, and of course she's extremely happy about it. And now we're ready to go in and get registered and become an official student of Kurizaki Art Academy. So yeah, I heard about it the last since 5 days ago. But he's known about the school way before 5 days, because Hinako attends the school. So even though he was talking about it through email and telephone, it's strange that he pretty much got accepted automatically. Oni-chan, are you nervous? You betrayed my expectation. Well, what's wrong? Is there something wrong about this place? Well, I thought the school would look much better than this. Well, then again, this school looks pretty nice. It looks much better than most of the schools that are around here. You have a nice garden. You have a nice walkway. You have big trees. And I like that glass dome right from the main entrance. Is it strict or stupid? What is it like the overwhelming person that does not match the surrounding landscape? Well, what's wrong? Does this landscape not match the building or something? Well, it's an art school. Did you think that the building is also a very strange feeling? Oh, something, it just, looks a little bit standard. But it'll look much better if we go inside, once we go inside. How strange. Well, there's a bronze statue in the courtyard, and then there's that, the principal's office. Well, you'll understand once you go inside. Let's go. Okay. So while scratching his neck, he says about the delightful daughter. So we're now inside the building. So this is where we changed, or like they changed the school shoes, and it's like the uniform dressing room looks kind of standard. Well, you do get this nice sky window. And there is something that kind of stands out from this shoe room. Also, I felt like he got immersed in water. It's probably because of this painting to the left. Well, I didn't really go in water, it's just that this painting created some kind of feeling. And yeah, the painting's nice and big. And it's about twice its height, and it's very, really long. Okay, I don't know what that means. So he's described about the painting, where he says that in the blue that seemed to overflow from the forehead, a rainbow-colored water droplet was dancing. Interesting. That sights like a pillar of water rising up from the sky, with a picture ascending through it. So it's probably a very interesting painting. Yeah, like water droplets heading towards the sun seeking light. Ooh, nice. Such a painting is filled with a field of vision. So Hinako's like, yeah, this picture does feel amazing, doesn't it? So Hinako lines up and she also admires this big painting. On the contrary, I remember my breath as I was stuck in the water. So I'm not sure what he means by being restrained by the rope, as if he were being in the middle of a wily prairie. A vast world view and a feeling of incompetence. Whose painting is this? Well, yeah. It'd be good to know who painted this picture, because the artist is probably really special. So he looks around on the painting for a signature. And you know that artists, they always sign their painting with the name at the bottom, right? The ground. It was a sarcastic title that brought up to the sky. Yeah, just as if looking at water drops looks like insects floating on traps. Uh-oh. Who's this person? Ooh. Enemy approaching. Enemy attacks Wataru. And forgets some damage. Oh, no, it's Wataru-kun! I want to meet you! Why? What do you want? Please get away from me! Just... Oh, but just like a magnet, you have two poles that attract to each other, opposite poles. Oh, don't say that. It's SNN. I don't know what she's up to. It's just an ordinary Tsukomi. Not sure what that means. Okay, I don't know what she's trying to say. Something about accepting her Ichigo or something. Oh, please stop the conversation.
理事長は相変わらずお元気ですね。
Well, this is how the principal is. Oh, so she's actually the principal of the school. Very girly, dresses up in a very weird manner. And she's clinging on to the main character. Wow. She is the greatest person. This is why it's supposed to be chosen in my mind. Not sure who's chosen. And the most troublesome thing is getting acquainted with me like that. Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
渡るキュンだ。体温36.7度の渡るキュンだ。スリスリ。
Oh, Wataru-kin! Oh, so nice and warm. Body temperature, 36.7 degrees Celsius. Wow, so you will go this far to analyze him. That's very, very creepy. And I like it a lot. It's also great that the unreasonable transfer school like this time has gone through. So it was done abruptly and he got accepted very, very quickly. And I wonder if she's the one that pushed for him to come in. It's already good? Yeah, I've already been waiting long enough. Should I bring my marriage notification to the office then? Wait, you're going that far? Or does she mean that she basically had all of his transfer documents on her desk way before those 5 days? She's waiting for that time when he does eventually come to her school. So the president takes out this pink piece of paper. Wow, you only have to write your name and push the sticker. Or just stamp it. And it's okay with a thumbprint. Oh, even simpler. Blood tests and awful contracts that can't be reversed. So Hinako starts to fight back after learning that or after she's getting a little too far. So yeah, she's trying to defend. Oh yeah, Oni-chan, I have one too. Don't say like that. Oh, don't worry. It's okay. It's legal. Everything's alright. Oh yeah, well, they're kind of adopted, so she thinks it's in the gray area and it's okay. So they're not really blood related, and she thinks that's okay. No, surprisingly, but I think it's more difficult in some way. So what are you preparing for? Oh yeah, Wataru-kun. A little bit of a soft ass. There's also a place called Love. Now if you respond to me more, you'll be like something about you'll only be drunk with 0-0 in the opponent's pace. Not sure what that means. For the first day of school transfer, The moment of soul introduction is not over yet, but the future already kind of feels kind of strange, questionable. Heavily garment bye bye in a teacher's room. Wow, very unusual request. Yeah, you can call me Ichigo-chan. That's not what you call a principal. So the other one's Chan? It's awful to bring stuff out like this, or something like that. It's awful, it brings out the story of an age to the maiden. Ages? So, don't you not have an age? This hasn't changed at all since we met a few years ago. But as for a principal of the school, that age is pretty good. Oh, haha, do you have any unnecessary doubts for this world? It's sharp. Alright, she's starting to fantasize about all this stuff. Well, I think that it's not connected at all. Yes, only me as a sister can connect with my brother. Okay, so Hinako's trying to defend her stance as the adopted sister. And how close they are. That's a living life like that. Really, it's like in the morning you have two people that are so energetic. So heavily garment lady, what should I do now? Have your thumbprint! What? That's crazy. Notification of marriage is already good. The notification of marriage is already good. I don't think so. There are elsewhere procedures of transfer agreements, something like that. So yeah, it's like there should be all this mountain of paperwork that I have to do. Like, what happened to all that? After thinking, the chief director is startled, and then... Okay, this is ridiculous. No, don't kiss. Wow, she is very crazy. But there isn't really anything else to do. So, we should just do procedural relationship. Wait, are you confusing romance versus, formal transfer? Then why'd you let him come so early? Okay, I'm getting kind of confused here. So she's literally confusing, formal transfer to romance, and so Wataru asks her, why do you want me to come so early? And she's like, oh, I just want to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Is that so? Stop cheating, stop talking about such things. I'm troubled by such reaction. Yeah, even I'm confused about what's going on. But I wonder, is there something I want to ask? Okay, know what that means. Let's move on. It's different from the previous one in the eyelids look up seriously. Even though I don't have such space like that. I don't feel returning to that world at this time. That might be a precursor of what's going to happen later in this game. It's okay. Pin, the fingertip are pressed against the lips. Okay, so you can keep it quiet. Not really sure what's going on. To confuse me, she gives a soft smile. I don't want words, so if you feel like that, it's okay. Saying slowly and waving up to the front of the skirt. What? I'm okay. Mine's okay anyways. And that head of yours is not. Well, my head's always full of aerials and it seems to be a football. Oh yeah, I do not hear variety. So it doesn't seem like the principal is really interested or really has taken an interest to Oni-chan. Oh, please don't grab my cheeks. My love is deep too. Okay, now she's complaining and she's kind of jealous. So as she's trying to figure out what to do, her phone rings. Oh, I have a telephone call. So she answers it. And then she moves off. I wonder how serious the president is. Or she's just basically flirting. So she mentions that the principal is a big favorite among the students. So I wonder if the students are kind of strange as well, or people just want to have a more relaxing principal than one that's overly strict and overbearing. Yeah, I cannot deny that. The terrible thing is that it's a person who looks odd and can do quite a job. It's horrible because it's why some people's desires are thick, and it's not strange to say that you're standing in that position thanks to that. So now he goes back to that painting that really brought in all those feelings. And of course at the bottom it says above ground. No many times I've seen it. The back of the chest makes a fuss, and a mysterious presence is released. Oh, so are you interested in that painting? Yeah. So she's done with her phone call. So I don't know the goodness or the badness of the picture somehow. And somewhere Tiani or the clothes lady nods. Oh yeah, this painting is actually done by one of my students. Isn't it quite amazing? Yeah, it is. So you're a special student, but with this one picture, I already have a change. I understand. Hi everyone! So I just skipped over a few dialogue of Ichigo the principal, because she's literally fantasizing in her own world again and going into all sorts of weird delusions that I really don't want to show on here. So we're at the part where she's asking him if she enjoys the picture. Or is it interesting? I have a nice day. What are you expecting? That reminds me, is there a phone call? Oh yeah, that was it. That was called, yeah. So she realizes that she has some stuff to do, so she has Hinako continue the tour of this new school for him. Okay. Okay,
我らが栗崎芸術学園へあなたの情熱を歓迎します
Welcome to the Kurizaki Art Academy. We welcome your passions. That's her party message with Wataru. Passion. A bitter smile. The clothes lady that gazes at the smiling face.
じゃあ、Wataru君何か困ったり欲求不満な時は呼んでね
So if you have anything wrong, if you are in any trouble, just call me. No thanks.
そうです、特に校舎は私で間に合ったのずし
So Hinako steps in and goes, yeah, if there's anything wrong, I can take care of it. So she's defensive. No, not that. Don't, I didn't mean something like that. Okay, so, the principal has left, and now he decides to go to the staff room.
お兄ちゃん、ここが職員室ですよ
So this is where the staff room is, and this is where I'm going to be stopping the video. It's getting quite long, but we got to meet the principal, and we got to see how crazy she is and all those wild delusions. But hey, it's how you get artistic talent in some way. By having all these weird abstract thinking, you'll be able to come up with inspirational ideas that's not really rigid, and that's what kind of drives artistic talent for some people. Alright, I'll see you later, and I'm going to meet more people beyond Hinako and Principal Ichigo. Alright, see you later.